Good afternoon and welcome, and thank you for joining us today. Today we celebrate the 74th anniversary of India's independence, and as we do so, it's so important to remember the ideals of democracy that the nation was founded on. At a time when democracy is under threat here in the United States and abroad and even in India, it's even more imperative that we remember the ideals of democracy that so many countries around the world hold as core values. Today's celebration is really also a reminder of the many ways Indian immigrants and people of Indian heritage enrich our community here in Somerville. Somerville is truly made stronger and more vibrant by its diversity. Culture is shared in so many ways throughout every neighborhood of this city, through food, through art, and through just getting to know a neighbor who has a different life experience from you. Somerville is a more interesting and exciting place to live thanks so much in part to our Indian and Indian American community. And it has always been, for them, as it was for my family that immigrated from Italy, a city of hope and opportunity. So today, along with celebrating the milestone of India's independence, we also celebrate the people who bring so much to this community we love and enrich us. The people who contribute to our economy, our culture, our DNA, our values of being a diverse, tolerant, compassionate, connected, and diverse community of one people, of many cultures, and I want to thank them. Today I'm joined by two representatives of the Indian community, members of our own community, but to my left is Ms. Tanu Basu, and to my right is Mr. Sanjay Kudrimudri. And I thank them both for their leadership, and after they speak, I will read a proclamation pertaining to the Indian independence, and then we'll raise the Indian flag like we've done so many on behalf of so many cultures that call Somerville home, that makes Somerville so special and unique. So first, Ms. Tanu Basu. Tanu.
Thank you, Mayor Curtatone. This is such a pleasure to be here. I'm honored to be in the company of you and Karen and the wonderful Anita, the wonderful lady Anita who just came in here, and my colleague, Professor Kurimori, or as I call him, just Professor. This is a very special day. This is a very special day for us, for IAGB and the Indian community. Not just this day, this entire bi-weekly, 2 weeks worth of celebration starting on August 1st. Last year, this was a very tiny, humble endeavor that we started, where we dreamt of raising and honoring the Indian flag in towns and cities across Massachusetts. We reached out to about 65 towns, and we were able to conduct the ceremony in a very low-key manner in over 35 towns. And this year, we reached out to over 90 towns and cities in Massachusetts, and I'm so delighted to let you know that we are doing it over 42 towns in Massachusetts, towns and cities in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. And the idea was to not just hoist the Indian flag, but to honor the flag of our very own adopted country, the U.S., and also recognize and honor the Indian flag. So I named it IAGB Pride, raising the U.S. and the Indian flag, because at the end of the day, I know I am a proud Indian American, and we all have our native heritage that we bring in and mingle it beautifully to make a great fruit shake, if you call it, a nice and sweet mingling of cultures, of native roots. And it's not just about, the idea was not to have the community celebrating the community. It is the larger mainstream celebrating a community and vice versa. So the idea is to celebrate the Indian momentous occasion with the mainstream, and hence we are here. And I cannot thank you enough, Mayor Curtatone, for this wonderful opportunity, and it's for broad-hearted, heart of gold people like you, who not only bring forth the tenacity of appreciating different cultures, but also the love, harmony, and tolerance that you bring to the table. I cannot thank you enough for this great opportunity, and I'm pleased that myself and my colleague, Professor Kudramoti, are here to celebrate this special thing. We kicked it off in Acton on August 1st with a grand celebration with senators and state reps present. And today here we are on the 11th day of August. Celebration continues up until August 14th, culminating into a large event on August 15th. I'll let my colleague talk about the grand finale celebration on August 15th. Over to you.
Thank you again. I'm Sanjay. Thank you, Mayor Cardinally. I'm really appreciating the opportunity for this, like hoisting the Indian flag. And as Anita saw, it gives a good feeling when we see this moment happening. A little bit about IAGB, Indian Association for Greater Boston. We have been, it's a completely Indian American group. We do whenever we do fundraising activities, we give out to home shelters here, to food pantries out. All our focus is on blending Indian American culture into the larger society. You can, on this 15th August, you can see lots of cultural programs, a lot of in music. We have a musical concert by Berklee School of Music, the Indian Ensemble, which is probably one of the most sought after tickets because they are going to go on show very soon, and this is a free event for everyone. So we are very excited to invite people at Hatch Shell, and it's going to be a very big event. We are really hoping it will be safe for everyone, touchwood, and hoping that it will be a really grand celebration for everyone to enjoy. Thank you again.
Well, thank you, Tanu and Sanjay, and it's so great to have my colleague Anita join us, who saw the flag out and came running out. And that is a proud Somervillian Indian American. But before I read the proclamation, Tanu, your words, I want to just follow up and add to that. You know, whether you're an immigrant from India, or where my family comes from, Italy, or from Central America or South America, anywhere in the world, you come to the United States to not just adopt, but to contribute. And I can't thank you and every immigrant in this community who's chosen Somerville, the Commonwealth, this country, as his home. And to everyone, I remind, our new neighbors are here because their values are our values, their dreams are our dreams, and their ideals are our ideals, and we only enrich each other. So let's welcome our friends and neighbors with open arms, because they love this country as much as any one of us who were born here. I know that was the case in my family, and the immigrant story is always the most powerful story. It's the immigrants who have built this community, Commonwealth, and country, and will continue to do so. So I'm going to read a proclamation, and then we will play both the Indian national anthem as we raise the Indian flag and the national anthem of the United States of America. This proclamation reads, 75th Indian Independence Day celebration, which is actually August 15th, 2021. However, it is a month-long recognition and celebration, which I love, here in Somerville, Massachusetts. It's a proclamation. It says, whereas India is the largest free democratic country in the world, her beauty and rich cultural heritage are unmatched. And whereas on August 15th, 1947, India gained her independence from 200 years of colonial rule with peaceful civil disobedience and nonviolence. That movement in turn became a new weapon to fight against inequality and injustice in the world. The Constituent Assembly of India created a most democratic constitution of its own, taking clues from the British, American, and French Constitution. And whereas India has shown an unsurpassed growth in education, health, agriculture, and technology since its independence 75 years ago, and whereas India's Independence Day is celebrated by over 1.3 billion people across the country, with flag hoisting ceremonies, kite flying, and parades, and whereas India has the largest diaspora in the world, with around 18 million Indians living in other countries, with over 2.4 million Indian immigrants residing in the United States, who contribute greatly and immeasurably to the social, economic, and civic health of the nation. And whereas India is a composite civilization, a nation extraordinarily unique as a cultural mosaic of people embracing a prodigious diversity of ethnic groups, religions, languages, customs, traditions, clothing, manners, food habits, climate conditions, and natural resources, and yet presenting an underlying unity. And now therefore I, Joseph A. Curtatone, Mayor of the City of Somerville, do proudly and do hereby proclaim August 15, 2021 to be Indian Independence Day celebration. And thank you for tuning in. And thank you for your advocacy and reminding us of these values every day. And I welcome everyone as you come here and look at the flags. You know, we should always ask what the flag of our nation stands for and what another nation's flag stands for, how those ideals align. So we'll now, before we adjourn, we'll hear the national anthems of both nations, and then we'll raise the Indian flag to her national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you for tuning in. And again, thank you, Tanu, Sanjay, Anita, for joining us, and to every member of our community, especially our Indian American community, all immigrants who've chosen to call our great city home. God bless.